In this video, we're going to find the formula for the area of a trapezoid. Use the moving and additivity principles to find the areas of the trapezoids, then use patterns to find a general formula for trapezoids. Okay, so both of these are images of trapezoids. They are four-sided figures. They have one pair of parallel sides, so this pair of sides is parallel, and this pair of sides is not parallel. Okay, so those are the distinguishing features of a trapezoid. So we're going to focus on the parallel sides. We're going to extend this using a double-end halving strategy to find a general formula. So notice that this length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to label this 5. And this is one of our bases, and this top base is 1. So notice with trapezoids, the bases are different lengths. So what I'm going to do to double this is I'm going to extend this top part by 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to extend the bottom part by 1. Okay, so let's label this with a different color. So this is 1 and this is 5. Okay, and now I'm going to connect these two pieces with a straight line. Now notice, since this figure has two bases, it's a trapezoid, they're parallel with 1 and 5. This is 1 and 5. They share this side. Okay, so this side is equal. This side must be equal to this side. Okay, so this is two copies of the trapezoid, of the original trapezoid. Okay, so now let's think about finding the area of the parallelogram that we created. That's two copies. So this parallelogram right here. So to find an area of a parallelogram, we need 1/2 the base times the height. I'm sorry, the base times the height, not 1/2, that's a triangle. So the base times the height. Well, notice the base is 5 plus 1, both of them are 6. So we're going to write that as 5 plus 1. Okay. And the height, well, that's the distance from the top base down to the bottom base. I'm going to draw the line here right along the grid marks, and that length is 1, 2, 3, 4. So times 4. So that's 6 times 4, which is 24 square units. Now, since our original trapezoid is 1/2 of this parallelogram, our original trapezoid is 1/2 times the sum of these bases, which is 6, times 4, which is 1/2 of 24 units squared, which is 12 units squared. So now let's use the same idea to find this area of this trapezoid, and then we're going to look for patterns. So here are my two parallel bases. These sides are not parallel. So we have the length of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the top has a length of 1, 2. So I'm going to extend this top part by 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to extend the bottom part by 2, 1, 2, and then I'm going to draw my line. Okay, so notice this is equivalent to this trapezoid. It's just flipped twice. So this part is down here, okay, and this part is over here. So we have 6 here and 2 here. So we want to find the area of this whole thing, and then our original trapezoid will be 1/2 of that area. So the area of the whole thing is the base times the height. Now notice the base is 6 plus 2. The height, well, that's this distance right here from the top to the bottom via a straight line. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4. So we have 8 times 4, which is 32 units squared. Now we'll find 1/2 of that to find our single trapezoid. So 1/2 times 8 times 4 equals 16 units squared. Okay. So now let's try to generalize this to any old trapezoid. Okay. So I'm going to remove the shading on one. And now we could look at the original trapezoid a little bit more clearly. It's okay that your media lesson packet has this drawn in already, or the other parts drawn in, and try to connect this general formula to the sides we know. Okay. Well, so notice in both cases we had 1/2, so we're going to have the area equals 1/2. Okay. And then the base was 6 plus 2. Okay, so notice that corresponds to the sum of these two bases. Now we're going to call them base 1 and base 2. So we'll call them base 1 plus base 2 because they're on opposite sides and their lengths are not equal. If they were equal, then it wouldn't be a trapezoid. It would be a rectangle or a parallelogram. So we'll call these base 1 and base 2, and then we multiply by the height, which is the perpendicular distance between the two bases. So the formula for the area of a trapezoid is 1/2 times the sum of the bases times the height.